Ashley Chase here with head coach Derek Schooley. Want to kind of check in on this first chunk of the season. Bye week this last weekend, but you're coming into a series with Dartmouth, non-conference games with a 5-3-2 overall record, 4-3-1 in the conference. Are those numbers you like to see at this point this season?
Well, I think if we would have figured it out on paper going into the year, that's probably what we would have expected with an inexperienced team, a team with a lot of freshmen and a lot of guys who haven't played in certain situations. So yeah, it's probably about what we expected. I don't know if it's exactly the wins and losses we would have drawn up when you're writing out what you think you're going to do, but it's probably right about where we should be. But I really like the improvement of our team. I think we're getting better every week. 7 of our 10 games have been on the road, which has been a good thing because we've been able to bond as a team, but a bad thing because we haven't had any home games. And from here on out, we're playing a lot of games at the Island Sports Center and in the city of Pittsburgh. So now it's a time to make sure that we take advantage of that.
Well, and a great chance to do that is this upcoming weekend against Dartmouth. Before we get into what we can expect out of this weekend's games, I want to talk a little bit about some of the performances we've seen so far this season. Looking back at, one that sticks out is maybe the change between, maybe the first 2 weekends of the season and then maybe the next two, the first 4 games of the year compared to the next 4 and the steps this team took in that span of time. How much growth have you seen and in what areas from the beginning of the year till this point?
Well, you're seeing guys getting more comfortable in their roles, guys who hadn't played certain roles before that are doing that now. Guys that didn't kill penalties now have figured out how to kill penalties. Guys that didn't play a lot in their first 2 years are getting a lot more ice time and experience in key situations. Really just, I think we're getting better every weekend, and that's all you can ask from a young team is just to continue to improve. Our power play's been very good since the start. Our penalty kills climbing every week and getting better and better, and our team play is getting better. So that's the exciting thing to watch, and the exciting thing as far as the growth factor of a young group. And this group's been fun to coach. They've been fun to be around. They're a joy to work. They haven't taken many off days. They just come to work every day and come to get better, and that's what you want from a team.
A couple of guys that are kind of at the top as far as points go for this team: Brady Ferguson, Alex Tonge, Eric Israel on defense. Those 3 guys making a good step from last year, which I think is one of the things that was maybe needed coming into this year.
Well, we weren't going to replace the graduates from last year with 1 or 2 guys. We needed everybody to take a step forward, and Brady obviously has had a great start to the year. Daniel Levins is getting better point production the last couple weeks. Alex Tonge has made a big step, as Eric Israel. But you're getting a lot more key contributions from guys that really hadn't before in key situations, like a Timmy Moore, some freshmen. We got a whole freshman line playing in tough situations. Brandon Watt was doing a great job killing penalties before he got hurt. And then you got guys that have stepped up on the power play, John Ray and Eli Gontos in a shutdown defenseman role. And then to have a freshman goaltender come in and do what he's done so far have all been pretty neat stories to start the year.
Speaking of Francis Marat in goal, it's been kind of interesting to watch him progress as it's gone on, because he kind of got thrown into the fire at RIT and then continue to have success. And it's funny, you don't notice big, massive saves. I can think back to maybe one at the end of the game at Ohio State, but he's kind of come in and just done his job and kind of makes it look effortless out there.
Well, he's calm, he's collected, and he's just done everything that we've asked him to do. He came in great shape, and he just stops the puck, and it doesn't have to look flashy, it doesn't have to look spectacular, it just has to stay out of the net, and he's done a very good job of that. And obviously I'd like him to work on his puck handling a little bit and do a little better communicating with our defense as far as some reads with the puck. But when you're stopping the puck as much as you do, you're going to have some deficiencies in your game, and he's done a very good job for his first 10 games as a freshman.
Kind of coming into this next phase, as the team is closing out their semester, and it's kind of an interesting time, like you mentioned, back here at home a lot more in the next few weeks, starting this weekend against Dartmouth on Saturday night at 7 o'clock here at the Island Sports Center, and then on Sunday down at PPG Paints Arena, formerly Consol Energy Center, 2 o'clock game on Sunday. Coming into this next chunk, what do you want to see from the guys as they have a chance to play a lot more here at home and kind of finish the semester at least strong?
Well, I just want us to keep getting better, and we've got 8 games at home. Or 8 games before Christmas break, and we just have to keep getting better. These games against Dartmouth will be exciting because we went up to Dartmouth last year and they handled us pretty good. We had just come off winning the Three Rivers Classic, and they gave it to us in their tournament, and I'm sure our returners will remember that. But other than that, we've got with those two games, and we've got Sacred Heart again, who we just had a really rough weekend, battle weekend with them. 1-goal games, tied games late. We found ways to get it done. Then we come back, then we got to go to Bentley, which we go to a building which we haven't been there for a couple years, but we haven't had a lot of success there. And then finish it with local rival in Mercyhurst, and then you're at Christmas. I mean, right now we played 10 games. We're more than a quarter of the way through, almost a third of the way through, and by the time we get to Christmas, we'll be half the way through our schedule. So it's getting to be exciting, and like I said, I just want to see us continue to get better and better, and keep improving, and the effort that we've been given, we have to keep that up, and that's been the neat thing to watch is the effort. Our guys just work.
This weekend against Dartmouth, what are some of the things that maybe you expect to see out of them, and what would you like to see out of the Colonials this weekend?
Well, it's tough when you see a team where you only see them in one time and one game, and you really don't know what to expect from them. So we'll have to watch a lot of video this week. We had an off week where we did a lot of recruiting and got a lot accomplished as far as that and as far as the office work goes. But just building into Dartmouth right now and kind of finding out about what makes their team tick and what makes them go. And if you remember, like I said, we remember being beat 5-1 there and handled pretty good by them. So I'm sure our returners will remember it, and it'll be fun. Playing at PPG Paints Arena is always an exciting time for our guys. Always exciting to play in an NHL building and exciting to play a new opponent.
All coming up this weekend. Again, Saturday game here at the Island Sports Center. Those tickets are at rmutickets.com, and tickets on Ticketmaster for the game against Dartmouth on Sunday at PPG Paints Arena. Coach, best of luck this weekend. Thanks so much.
Thank you.